This is Pub Politics. We are back for another fun-filled edition. Ric Garni here along with Joel Sawyer on the Republican side, filling in for Wes. Phil Bailey on the Democratic side. You guys, it was casual look. You know, fall, getting colder.
Casual Tuesday.
Layers over here.
Casual Tuesday, layers. It's cold outside.
Right. So the debate now, the presidential debate, the first one, has been in the books for a couple of days. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it, but just your quick thoughts on the Romney versus Obama Part 1. A lot of people seem to think that Romney, Joel, on the Republican side was the clear winner. Not too many people disputing that.
No, I don't think anybody who watched it would dispute that. But
right.
you know, we'll see how much it matters. I mean, it's given people. You know, what's interesting about it is, people have a lot of reasons to not vote for Obama, but they don't really, Romney has not really done a good job of giving people reasons to vote for him yet. The debate, I think, was the first time he did that to a large audience. We'll see how much it matters in the swing states.
What are the Obama advisors and people telling him going forward? I know there's a vice presidential debate first this week, but then there are two more presidential debates. So if you're on the Democratic side, if you're a strategist, what are you advising, how are you advising Obama and Biden right now?
Step up and be more aggressive. I think that was, the debate could have gone a whole lot better for the president last week. There's two more to come. I think he needs to step up, be more aggressive, really challenge Governor Romney on his record. And the same thing with Vice President Biden this week, to really challenge some of the controversial and far right-wing proposals that Congressman Ryan has put forward.
A couple interesting things going on back here in South Carolina. First, there's Plaingate, which I think this is funny. For those of you not paying attention, you probably have lives, that's why you're not paying attention to this story. South Carolina, the state, has a couple of planes. Governor Haley uses them to go around the state for bill signings, appearances, things like that. Well, now, because of a budget clause, the governor has to reimburse the state every time they use that plane. So she forked over, I think, $10,000 recently for use of the plane. And now she's talking about perhaps selling the planes because, well, you can make some money, obviously, and that way you don't have to pay all this money to use it. First question for you, Phil. Two planes, is it necessary for the state to have two planes? And do you go on eBay to sell these? How does that work? That's what I want to know.
Well, I mean, I don't know about the necessity of having two planes, but what I do know is Governor Haley going around the state on publicity tours, which is all these bill signings are, is press conferences, and the proviso, the bill that was put in place was to make it truly official business. And now that Governor Haley has had to fork back over close to $10,000, she's decided, well, if I can't use it, no one can, which is just like that's just pouting. It's almost a hissy fit.
All right, Joel. I don't know what your thoughts on this issue are, but does Phil have a point? I mean, is it pointless to have a plane, or should we have a plane, but the governor is just complaining because she doesn't want it?
I just find it very interesting that the Democrats, like Phil, had no problem when Governor Hodges was using the state plane for the exact same thing that Governor Haley is now being charged for. Beasley used it for the same thing. Hodges used it for the same thing. Sanford used it for the same thing. There's wide latitude granted to governors to use these planes as long as they're not doing it for campaign purposes. If they want to go do a bill signing, you can have an argument as to whether or not we should or shouldn't be doing that. Right. But there just needs to be clear guidelines one way or the other.
Phil, your response to the Democratic governors who have used the planes for similar purposes, as Joel says.
They were in compliance with the law.
But you changed the law. That's a bogus argument. You can't change the law. You completely moved the goalpost.
It was clear as can be.
No.
It was clear as can be.
What you're saying now is that she used it for the exact same thing.
Well, I'm saying that Governor Haley, for all this time, was in violation of law. She got caught. She had no intention of reimbursing the state until a reporter asked her.
She didn't violate the law.
She violated the...
No, wait, what? No, you can't say somebody broke the law and not back it up. No, because you're making it up.
Because that is the law on the books.
And she reimbursed it. She wasn't violating anything. She reimbursed what she owed the state.
If she had not reimbursed it, she would have been in violation of the law.
Oh, what? Okay, so she did or did? Because you're just backed off.
She was violating the law till she got called out on it, and then she reimbursed the state.
She did what the statute says to do. You can't have it both ways, Phil.
You can't say she broke the law purposes, which is what these bill signings were.
And she got caught, so she followed the law.
And she was violating a law that is on the books. She was violating a law that was on the books.
Yes, she didn't violate anything. She paid it back.
We can do this all night, but yes, she was.
Okay, well, you don't have the facts on your side.
I certainly do have the facts. I have the law on my side, and Nikki Haley's $10,000 proves it.
No, she followed the law. She paid the $10,000. That followed the law. So you're saying if she hadn't, that would have been breaking the law.
She had no intention of bringing it back. She had no intention of paying it back.
Can you read her mind?
She said so.
She paid it back.
Said so in the article.
She followed the law by paying the money back, Phil.
She had no intention of paying that back until she was called out by the Associated Press.
Well, I have an eBay account, so I'm going to be looking for these state planes and see if I can maybe put a couple dollars down, and we'll take care of that. We were talking before the segment about sometimes how playing politics doesn't turn out the way you intended to be, Joel. And this involves State Senator Corson and some mailings that went on. Go ahead and explain to me your take on this whole situation with a situation where, as it turns out, some Democrats ended up endorsing Senator Corson.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, they went and took a picture of him when he was taking a nap. He wasn't in the Senate chamber. He was, off like during his lunch hour taking a nap. They took a picture of him, sent out the mailings. Dick Harpootlian had some awful things to say about, Democratic Sheriff Leon Lott. And because of them playing politics, a couple of Phil's colleagues in the Senate, some Democratic senators, endorsed the Republican. I think it's very interesting. It just shows how if you take politics too far, it can bite you.
Was this a case, Phil, of taking politics too far? Is that what happened here?
I don't think so. I think this was some inside the chamber politics going on versus outside the chamber. You've got the two senators that came out and endorsed Senator Corson are delegation members up here in Richland County. Dick Harpootlian is chairman of the state party, the state Democratic Party, not the Richland Democratic Party. And I think Robert Reichard's running a great race, talking about how if you really like how things are done here at the State House here in Columbia, keep Corson. But if you want to change the Senate, you got to change senators.
All right, well, we'll leave it there. A good conversation as always. PubPoliticsLive.com is the website to catch these guys. Is there a show this week?
Yes.
We've got a show tomorrow evening, 6:15. Hair of the Dog Pub on Divine Street. Representative James Smith from here in town is going to be joining us.
All right, so that's Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Also, PubPoliticsLive.com is the website. You can see where these guys are going to be every week. Wes, I think we'll be back next week.
Yes.
All right, but Joel, thank you for filling in.
Thank you.
As always. Phil, constant. On the Democratic side, thank you as well. We'll see you guys next week. Back to you.